So, on week 15, or in week 15 of the NFL season, there are 5 games that can be flexed, and they can only be Sunday games. They can be flexed onto Thursday night football, Sunday night football, or Monday night football. And Thursday night football can't be flexed. The only Thursday nights that can be flexed now from now on are week 6 or week 17 and 8, and there's no week 18. So maybe no Thursday nights will be flexed. So far, no Monday nights have been flexed either. But I'm going to do my predictions on who I think is going to be playing on Saturday for week 15 in the NFL season. Because there are 5 games, that were picked before the start of the season for the NFL Network Saturday games for what's known as, like, the playoff push or whatever. They pick teams that are, more so, going to be in the playoffs, based on, like, who they have, and, or how they end up the year and stuff like that last year, and, can they be, like, a good playoff contender this year? Well, let's take a look at them all. So, it's kind of clear, but maybe not entirely clear on one game. Maybe. So first, it's going to be Atlanta and Carolina. Atlanta is 4-6 right now. Carolina is 1-9. I don't see neither team making the playoffs. Right now, the only reason that game would be on is for Atlanta, but winning the division. But I don't know. I don't see it. Minnesota and Cincinnati. No, this could have a good shot to make it. Minnesota is 6-4. Cincinnati is 5-5, but they have no Joe Burrow, so it's not as intriguing of a national TV slot game. But we'll see, Chicago and Cleveland. Now Chicago is 3-8 only, but 3-7, 3-8 range. However, Cleveland is 7-3, so it would be shown for mainly Cleveland. Last year they had a game where Minnesota and the others at Minnesota or Minute were shown, so this could be a good game. But it is not. It's probably number 4 pick right now. Probably Minnesota, since it depends on if Cincinnati falls. Because it will be picked after week 13, so it depends on how Cincinnati looks, probably. If Chicago can look better, with Justin Fields at quarterback, which they have, it's our offense or how their team looks overall. They can still probably sneak in. I could see that game sneak in, but we'll see. Denver and Detroit. Denver is solid right now. They're 5-5. A couple good wins over the Bills and over the Vikings. Detroit is 8-2. They're a really solid football team. And looking to make, Denver is looking to get one of their best records ever in a season here. Even if you factor out the extra game because it's 17, you might factor in 16 games. It's like, even if they, have one less loss or, one less win, even if you factor record just in the first 16 games, and they're still, going to be really solid, team. I could see them being 14-3, 13-4, be really well. Be really, really well, So I could see Detroit. I think Detroit, Denver's pretty much locked it up. Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. Pittsburgh is 6-4. They had a tough loss to a really good Cleveland team. It's with their backup and still played really well. Pittsburgh, doesn't play super impressive, but they win games. That's all that matters. Is they win football games. Doesn't matter how much you win by. You could win it 2-0. As long as you win, doesn't really matter. How you win. A win is a win. No one's gonna discount your wins. If you win a recent game 2-0, Pittsburgh is not like super impressive, but they won games. Indianapolis is 5-5, so they're still at the shot for the AFC. So we'll see there. I think the games are going to be in Atlanta is the only hope they have is for the win the division. Maybe a 7th seed, but I kind of doubt it. Carolina is 1-9. I just don't see them having hope. So that game's completely out, I think. It's just going to be Sunday at noon on Fox. Because Fox, each team has 4 games. Each one does. So there's going to be 4 each channel, so there'll be 1 on each channel, 5 on one goes to Fox, 1 goes to CBS. And we'll see here. I personally think it's going to be Chicago at Cleveland, because Chicago, if they lose 2 more, are they 3-7 or are they 3-8? What's the Bears record right now? 3-8. If they lose 2, which they probably will, the Vikings Lions, they'll be 3-10. And they're already out of the playoffs. Pretty much at that point. They'll probably be out of the playoffs at that point. 3-10. They will. So by the time the games are picked week, even after week 13, they'll still be 3-9. They'll probably lose Detroit again. So they'll be 3-10. So I just don't see it. It's probably Minnesota and Cincinnati. It's still gonna mean because Cincinnati's still mathematically in the playoffs. Cincinnati being loser, even despite them being 5-7. Denver and Detroit. I think the best game of the bunch will be probably the noon. I'm guessing is going to be Minnesota at Cincinnati. Just because of the fact that Cincinnati does have Joe Burrow, it's not as intriguing. Otherwise, that could get the 3:30 or the 4:30 Eastern time slot. I think that's the 1 Eastern time slot, noon Central. On Saturday, the 3:30 East Central, 4:30 Eastern time slot is Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. And then I think it's going to be Denver at Detroit for the 8:15 or 8:20 Eastern time window, but it might just be 8 p.m. Eastern time window. 3.5 hour slots. For college football does. And 1 Eastern, it'll be 4:30 Eastern, then 8 Eastern. 1 Eastern, Minnesota at Cincinnati. 4:30 Eastern, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. And 8 Eastern, Denver, Detroit. I think that's how it's going to be. Honestly, I don't think I think that's what it's going to be. So we will see. I could be wrong though. And for some fluke, they put Chicago and Cleveland in, but I honestly doubt it. But you do never know. Maybe maybe Rodgers isn't coming back. By then, in a couple weeks. Is Rodgers gonna come back? Maybe they want a good game on them, a better game on, Sunday afternoon. CBS does. Maybe they put Pittsburgh and Indianapolis on. After New Jets, Miami's not gonna be the best. Gonna be the best game. Instead of giving them maybe Chicago, Cleveland, or Atlanta, Carolina. Probably give them Chicago, Cleveland, and Atlanta, Carolina goes to them. Fox, probably because Fox has 2 good games in. But Fox will get Kansas City in New England, place of either Philadelphia or Dallas at Buffalo. One of the two. Whichever one Fox doesn't, protect, because I know Fox can protect one game, week, and so can CBS. If they really want to, but so ESPN's gonna pick one of the two. So you can't say New Englanders would do them 3:25 Eastern or 3:25 Central, 4:25 Eastern. We can do it on Fox. Can't say New England will, so. And then Chicago, Cleveland. Probably go to CBS. Atlanta, Carolina will probably go to Fox. Atlanta, Carolina will just be a small area in Fox. The Fox area is probably just small area. And Chicago, Cleveland will probably be like a small area on CBS, but because we'll see though. It might be Pittsburgh and Indianapolis if New Jets at Miami Dolphins. If Rodgers is back, I don't think Rodgers can come back by or if Rodgers says he wants to come back by the middle of December, but if if he's actually progressing towards that, we'll see what they do. I could see him put Pittsburgh in just for a good Sunday game in CBS in that early window, and then putting Chicago, Cleveland late. But we'll see though. How they decide to do it. But I know for sure it's probably Denver, Detroit, and Minnesota, Cincinnati. I mean, maybe they put Minnesota and Cincinnati on CBS maybe, or maybe they put Pittsburgh, Indianapolis on CBS, or maybe Chicago, Cleveland. They could put one of those 3 actually on CBS, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Minnesota, Cleveland at 1 Eastern window. 4:30 Eastern is Pittsburgh and Indianapolis, and at Eastern is Denver and Detroit. So we'll see. So that's my predictions for Week 15 of the NFL. Saturday games. NFL